We visited family in Dusseldorf, Germany for a week and learned a lot about the past and the present of this city. Dusseldorf is a town by the River Rhine, an essential waterway in the Germanic history. The Rhine is very curvy around Dusseldorf. The current is strong, so it's good for shipping, but not so much for swimming. The area is pretty flat. Rich soil brought down by the Rhine is good for farming. We have all heard of the Neanderthals, but did you know they were first found near Dusseldorf in a valley called the Neander Valley? There was a 17th century painter named Joachim Neander, who was so successful at capturing the beauty of this valley that eventually the place was named after him. When the remains of an ancient humanoid body were found in that valley, they were naturally called the Neanderthal. We got to visit an educational museum in Neander dedicated to the origin of human species. There, we learned a lot, such as how the Homo erectus species moved out of Africa into Europe and gave rise to the Neanderthal species. Simultaneously, the Homo erectus back in Africa gave rise to the Homo sapiens. Many hundreds of thousands of years later, the Homo sapiens moved to Europe and intermingled with the Neanderthals and passed down some Neanderthal genes to us. We really got a glimpse of how the human species evolved and learned how archaeologists pieced together the information that they'd dig up. Fast forward to the Middle Ages. Before Germany existed, Dusseldorf started as a small village along the tributary Dussel. Dorf in German means village. Frederick Barbarossa, the emperor of the Byzantine Empire in the early 12th century, is the one that put it on the map. He recognized the strategic location of this city by the Rhine. Mr. Adam, you are right. Location, location, location. The construction of this castle started in the early 10th century, well before Barbarossa, but he significantly expanded it. We can still see the huge hexagonal lava rocks used for the base of his castle, called kaiserpfalz, kaiserswerth. Barbarossa never lived here, but he used it as a military base. The castle must have been quite a sight to behold. Once. Unfortunately, the castle was mostly destroyed in many sieges and battles in the next few centuries. In the 19th and 20th century, it was further taken apart by the people to build things such as dams to stop the frequently flooding Rhine. From this town watermark, we saw that the river can rise quite high. The ruin is now a quiet place for visitors to imagine the life of an emperor by the beautiful Rhine. Dusseldorf is also known as the Cartwheel City. Back in the day, kids would do a cartwheel and then ask the spectators for a penny. So of course, we had to do some right here at the beginning of it all.
All right.
Modern Dusseldorf has clean streets and stylish buildings because in World War II, all the industrial towns was heavily damaged by bombing. After the war, new and improved planning and reconstruction of the city was conducted by the hard-working German people. We got to visit the town hall of Dusseldorf thanks to our cousin Bastian's friend. Apparently, 2 weeks ago, former Prince Harry and Meghan were standing at this same door. In the town hall, there is a scaled model of the city. It really gave us a bird's eye view of the urban planning. After the model, we went up to the tallest building in town, a TV tower with an amazing lookout on top. From there, we saw plant-covered buildings and interesting architecture. We saw neat and straight streets and people getting around on bikes and public transportations. Wherever we go, we visited the markets. There is a big marketplace downtown. The Germans surely like their sausages and potatoes. And don't forget the variety of breads. Not to my brother's liking, the salad variety is also vast, as well as the fruits. No one should have trouble finding great food in Germany. Modern life in Dusseldorf isn't without challenges. Today, two things are weighing heavily on the people's mind. One is climate change. In fact, shortly before we arrived, Germany was suffering a severe drought, one of the biggest in its history. This led to a much reduced crop yields. With the lack of rain, the Rhine is at historic low, which is making big cargo ships have limited ability to transport goods. All these situations are leading to much increased food prices. Second, war in Ukraine. Before the war, Germany got 60 to 70% of its energy from Russia. Now, our uncle said that energy prices could increase by 5 to 10-fold. Even though Germany was destroyed after World War II, the German people worked hard and rebuilt. We can see all around town that the prevailing message is about unity and tolerance. In the Neanderthal Museum, there's a big display about how the humans are all one race. The modern Dusseldorf showed me that Germans are extremely innovative. I'm hopeful that they will find a creative way to deal with climate change and energy crisis.